production has gone up as expected.
And it's a completely new group for Toronto.
Good job threading that pass into the lane. I like his vision, guys. He sees everything.
That was big because they dug a big hole in the first quarter, but starting to show signs of life.
Sometimes, for whatever reason, a lot of times you don't know why. It takes a little while to work the knots out, but it looks like they're putting it together right now.
And, you know, you can expect young big men to improve over time, but I didn't think anyone expected Lynn to jump ahead so fast. And I like how he puts himself in position there to finish on the break.
Yeah, you know, that's what we call seeing and feeling the game. Excellent read of how that play was going to develop and where the ball was going. That's stuff that you oftentimes can't teach, Greg. You know, that's a case there, Kevin, of him making a pass to a spot, and then he let his teammate run right into it. Well executed.
And that's going to increase the field goal percentage even more. They have a huge edge in that category.
And that's because they've been playing smart basketball. I mean, they've been very patient offensively, and their shot selection has been superb.
Shots good by Bledsoe.
And a final remark, guys, on Lynn. I mean, his defense was the big benefactor. I mean, he was a force in the paint and developed into a really solid rim protector.
Solid work on the back end of that play.
Yeah, finish hard with two hands on the stuff.
Yeah, nothing extravagant, guys, but, again, no need on that one.
Q passes to Booker. 6 to shoot. Ross grabs the board.
You know, he just hasn't looked right to me. A bit out of sorts, if you will. Something's off with his mechanics, at least as I look at it.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Yeah, yeah, completely a brain fade. I don't know where that came from. Just lost sense of time and the situation.
And the Suns with a completely new group on the floor.
You've got to give them a lot of credit for the job they've done on the backboards.
They've done a lot of things well today, but really it's about what they've done on the backboard that's at the top of that list.
And now here's Goodwin, the fast break chance. So for Phoenix, their last game a loss to the Milwaukee Bucks. Joseph with the ball, and it's Knight picking him up. Now Joseph. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. Fast break, here come the Suns. And then Goodwin with the dunk.
Oh, quick hands on the steal and then just mad hops on the slam.
Great sequence for them defensively and Clark offensively.
Well, one usually leads to the other, Kevin. That's just good, aggressive, attacking basketball at both ends.
How? Offensive rebound. Goodwin with the steal. It's Knight with the drive. Ross with the steal. Fast break Toronto. Ross leading the charge. Joseph, that's good.
Fast break opportunities do not get any easier than that one off the steal.
Exactly. The defense really no chance to get back.
So as And as we welcome you back, we begin our second half. So far, not a tightly contested game, guys, but, you know, anything can happen.
Take a look at what Carroll's done. He has 12 points, and he's stolen the ball 4 times. This is some performance we're witnessing out of him.
My man, a night to remember. No doubt about it.
Well, we're getting back to the action now. It's been a one-team show so far. We'll see if that changes here in the third. You have to like what you're seeing from DeMar. Oh! Boom! And nobody getting in the way.
Not at all. Major throw down there. How's that for a one-man show? Put this fella on Broadway. Self-service.
The most magnificent alley-oop he could have chosen.
Yeah, and he pulls that one off, guys, to perfection. And, guys, Brandon Knight really fits the mold of the new breed of NBA combo guard. He has the length and quickness to guard ones and twos, and his skill set allows him to generate offense both in transition as well as the half court.
Patterson setting the pick for DeRozan. To the inside. And it's Patterson finishing it off.
And he is the ultimate when it comes to being a floor leader on the offensive end.
Yeah, you know, he's got a little bit of Greg Anthony in it, and he has been that leader today. I think he's done a really nice job of moving the ball and distributing it the way it needs to be done.
Well, Clark, I'm glad you referenced specifically why you thought he had a little Greg Anthony. I thought you were talking about my knees, my man. He looked a little hobbled out there for a moment.
Lowry has the open look. Second shot opportunity. And Patterson kicks to Valanciunas.
The turnover difference hasn't been in their favor, but you know what? It hasn't really slowed them down too much. I like the fact they're staying aggressive here.
And that goes out of bounds. Last touch by Carroll.
Timeout. Timeout.
That'll be a Suns
Started.
timeout.
And first time out of the game called for Phoenix. Well, I'm sure you guys have heard this, that the nickname that has been given to DeMar Carroll, the Junkyard Dog, I think it's apropos. Kid drafted out of Missouri back in the 2009 draft.
Yeah, and he actually had to show perseverance to hang around as he bounced around a bit. But I think he's found a home now.
Lowry against Knight. Drills it from outside.
And Carroll, an energy player who's developed a reliable three-point stroke. I mean, he can also hurt you in transition. He's got terrific size and athleticism, and he also really knows how to play without the basketball.
And Brandon Knight the bucket on the assist by Goodwin. 6 points for Brandon Knight.
And that's his strong suit, the ability to find his way through the D and finish at the rim.
Here's Carroll. That one a little long.
And Carroll, by advanced stats, one of the most productive small forwards in our league. I mean, one thing I like, even as he's developed into a three-point threat, he still has an instinct for cutting to the rim off the ball when his defender turns his head. I mean, one of the things I think that allows his team to be so good is his understanding of how to play the game. No doubt about the consistency when it comes to scoring the basketball for him tonight. A real nice lift for their offense.
Here's Chandler. Shot is off. Now Toronto takes it the other way. 22 is their biggest lead. And finished off by DeRozan.
And you can see the difference with their ability to win with their speed, guys.
Boy, I love the pace and flow that their open court offense has been played with. I mean, it's been humming quietly, but very efficiently.
And stolen by Knight. The feed to Goodwin. He dishes it to Tucker. Knight for three. Cannot hit. Good work defensively by Lowry. DeRozan passes to Valanciunas. Fires the three. And again, Toronto with the triple.
You know, maybe he's not one of the elite sharpshooters, but even still, that's not a shot the D can afford to get.
And Chandler throws it down.
Flying high and throwing down the hard one-hander.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys.
And really, he does that one as well as anyone. Kev, you're right. That's like his signature move once he goes airborne.
Oh, and there's the one-handed jam.
Forget about finesse and agility. This big fella's all about power and force.
Raptors leading by 14. Lowry dishes to Patterson. The three. Out of bounds. Phoenix takes possession.
That's a major mental mistake. I mean, there's no other way for me to describe it. He didn't know where he was on the court. That's a basic fundamental. You have to be alert to where you are.
To the left side wing. It's stolen by Carroll. Here's Lowry. Gets it to drop, and now he's shooting at a 5 for 8 clip. And a breakdown here, guys. The hustle stats for the Raptors.
Their high-energy defensive effort has paid off for them, guys, with more than a few steals over the course of the ball game.
Yeah, and the other thing they've done since the beginning of this game is score points off turnovers and in bunches.
Suns trail by 18.
Archie Goodwin.
The thing about DeMar DeRozan, he came into the league fairly unpolished, struggled to handle the ball, created then his own shot, and but sometimes he would create for others too.
Yeah.
But he's settled down. You can see the growth.
Yeah, and that's the one thing. You could see the physical talent was there in terms of him playing the two. The question was, could he make the commitment mentally to become a great player? Well, from what he's done the last few years, I would have to say he's definitely been able to do that.
Carroll kicks to Valanciunas. Outside Lowry. Lets it go with a three. Score the basket. It's number 6 for him this game. 6 for 9, 67% shooting. The three from Dudley. Can't hit. Nice D from DeRozan.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
Guys, that's putting it mildly. I mean, they've been absolutely dominant.
It's not winning basketball when you're attempting shots like that.
Yeah, come on now. You got to remember it's a team game. He's got 14.
And at the end of the third quarter, a huge lead in this one may already have been decided. Toronto ahead, running away with it. And right after this, we'll bring you the start of the final quarter right here on 2K Sports. And we're rolling here again with the fourth quarter. Might not come down to the wire, but you never know.
And guys, something new for the NBA is the HGH testing that's been put in place. It's something the league hasn't had too many issues with or even accusations, but better to stamp it out early. And hard to argue that it should be in place.
Timeout call, the Suns. And with the HGH testing, it's done in every major sport. Seems like the right thing to do for the NBA. Just make sure everyone is on a level playing field, so to speak.
Yeah, I agree with that. I mean, I think the punishment will be fair. A first positive gets you a 20-game ban. The second one, 45.
Raptors leading by 21. We've got Hill. Powell is out there with Corey Joseph. Then it's Brandon Bass. And it's Ross in the three slot. So that's the 5 in the game for Toronto.
That's his first personal foul. At the line from your Raptors, Corey Joseph. At the line for 2.
The first one falls. That one is no good. Well, Phoenix shooting 48% from the field. Not bad at all. Whoa!
Goodness.
Woo. Here he comes, and there he goes.
Look at him punish that rack.
Check out the fellas. Check out his teammates over on the bench. So they are going crazy.
Bledsoe outside. From outside, off the mark. Toronto's gone 3 of 5 from beyond the arc so far tonight. And Joseph kicks to Hill. And he uses the glass on the layup.
Almost uncontested. I mean, it's nice to be able to add to the lead without having to really work for it.
Bledsoe. Howard down after the assist. Let him into the lane.
And guys, how fun is it watching this fella just go to work?
Greg, it's not every point guard who can climb the ladder like he can.
Not at all.
Well, I tell you, I think his body control and concentration in the air are really unique. That's the third bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle much more effectively.
You just cannot allow the offense to have that quality of a look each and every possession.
Showcasing his skills with that slam.
He knows how to put the exclamation point on those, doesn't he? Man, oh man.
Does he ever? And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now, Greg, they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
Down low. That's good from Joseph on the assist from Ross. 7 points for Joseph.
And really keeping the ball hopping around here offensively.
The last 5 trips they've had have ended with a great pass leading to a basket. They're really sharing the sugar. Man, he slams it home and gets a little camera time on the backside of it.
He spent a while up there on the rim.
And I like the fact that the ref's going to give him a little bit of leeway there and a lot more than they used to.
Fast break Toronto. Ross is running.
Threw it down with authority.
Oh, he can really fly. And you combine that, Clark, with some of the nice penetration, too, and you've got an easy 2 points.
And able to just play well above the rim. I mean, that makes this guy so dangerous when he's in the game.
Here's the dish to Powell. For 3. Here's Hill. Another shot. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2.
Way to attack there and then create the contact.
Really as close as you can get to an and one right there. He almost had it.
Well, for Jordan Hill, something wonderful happened to him last season. The breakthrough he'd been waiting for on his 6th year.
Yeah, Kevin, you know, it had to do, and I think correlated with him getting a chance to start games, and it blew up for him from there. Posted career-high averages across the board.
To the paint. Halt the run.
I really think that's the area they want to work the ball into, and it takes passing like that to get it done.
Great pass to set up the lay-in. Hill's got 11 here in this quarter alone.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
And when you make 5 in a row in close like that, it also takes pressure off your perimeter guys, too.
Oh, and look at how well he led him in there. Really, he passed him open for that deuce.
Bledsoe passes to Q. Powell pulls it in. Powell's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. And the basket by Hill. Hill's got 13 points in the second half.
You know, he has been ever present in the paint today, guys. He's getting a lot of his points from in close.
Toronto's gone 3 of 6 tonight when they've let it fly from downtown. Moving it up. And it's Warren with the jam.
Easy to see who's going to win that race.
Yeah, early offense is often easy offense. Excellent work that time.
Here's Powell. Used the shot fake to create the angle, but couldn't get it to fall.
Well, you know, they're in the lead, but he's still been frustrated from an offensive standpoint.
And the shot by Warren, no good. Toronto shooting nearly 70% from the floor. They are putting on a clinic offensively.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest. Just a total obliteration, if you will. And you can safely say mission accomplished now for Toronto.
Agreed, Steve, and as one-sided as it gets today. You know, Clark, there were some dominant moments in about every facet of this game for that team.
You're right, Kevin. It's hard to think of anything that didn't go right for them. I mean, game planning by the coaches, execution by the players, everything was spot on.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year.
And beyond the actual result of this game, fans are going to look back and see this was just a monstrous performance for Carroll. He affected the game so much with the way he was able to come out and get steals and extra possessions for his team.
That's his first personal foul.
One thing about Kyle Lowry, he has a bulldog mentality. We saw that from his days at Villanova.
No question about that, and I love that about him. He's very simple, not really flashy, just consistently beats the rock. He wears his opponents down.
And the Raptors making a change here. Patterson's checked in.
A good game for Lynn. He's got 8 points, and he's come up with a couple of nice steals today, too.
Clark, just a very energetic brand of defense. And talking about Lowry, going to Toronto was a godsend for him. I mean, he had clashed with a number of coaches early in his career. His hard-headedness had been working against him. But in Toronto, he learned how to buy into a system and save the wrath for his opponent.
Phoenix, no good that time either. 1 second separating the shot clock and game clock.
Well, that's inexcusable to throw a pass that far off the mark.
We've got 22 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Bledsoe for three. They get it back.
Oh, tight defense being played right there. Got right up on him and forced the miss.
Textbook work. Close enough to bother the shot. Good challenge, but disciplined enough to avoid too much contact.
The fans are just loving what's going on here tonight. A really good win for the home team.
It sure is. I mean, they kept this crowd in the game, gave them plenty to cheer about, and really used that home court advantage to their advantage.
And so Toronto takes this one, but by a big margin. They poured it on tonight, Clark. A dominant showing in front of a crowd that loved every minute of it.
I don't think they have anything but positives to take away from this win. Offensively, defensively, every aspect of the game, it all went right for them.
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan along with our entire 2K Sports crew. Thanking you for